so excited to be here with you. Hi, guys. So excited to be here with you. I'm going to wait a little bit to let everybody hop on. I'm going to just run through my little brief intro with you guys. Why you're here? You're here because you want to discover how to lose unwanted fat every single week without eliminating the foods you love. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? So we're going to do that. While I'm talking, if you haven't already, why don't you guys drop your goals below and I'll give you a brief intro. So my name is Megan Forrest. I am the client success trainer here with Queens of Iron. I wasn't always into weightlifting and macros. In fact, I started out as an endurance runner. Long story short, my husband now is into weightlifting and it changed my life. Oh, we got some goals coming in. That's awesome. So if you want to know the history, Kristen and I did our intro video yesterday. And if you would like to see that, you can see that in the Facebook group. Or if you want, just put, I want to see the intro in the comments and Kristen can link it there for you. And just as a reminder, I am a certified personal trainer and I'm a nutrition coach. I have a BS in biology. And so I love everything science and nutrition. So are we ready? Are we ready, guys? I'm so excited. Oh, yes. As a reminder, okay, guys, don't forget our giveaway, guys, right? Our 12-week one-on-one coaching, training, and nutrition program. Every single comment, okay, every comment you leave is an entry into this 12-week one-on-one giveaway. So make sure you're dropping those comments. Like I said, Kristen is going to be in the chat chatting with you guys while we go through. So our mission here at Queens of Iron is to help busy female professionals create a lean, fit, and feminine physique, and all do this while you're being healthy and sustainable. So without further ado, let's dive in and solve some problems, guys, okay? I'm so excited. You know, oh, nuggets. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Sorry. Okay, so this is how we're going to do this, all right? Sorry, guys, technology, right? So I'm going to go through it in 3 ways with you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a problem that you're facing. Then I'm going to go over the thing that you're doing that's preventing yourself from getting there. And then guess what, guys? I'm going to give you some solutions. So that's why you're really here, right? You want to know the solutions. So let's start with the first problem, right? You want to learn how to lean out and look killer in a bikini, but you're not really sure how to get there or stay there. You know what, guys? That's actually the second one. So we're going to go back. We're going to do the first one. Now you know the second one. Sorry. So you're not feeling comfortable in your own skin. Of course, we have to go over that one first, right? This is what you don't know, right? This is what's holding you back. Not knowing what macros are best for you, or maybe not even knowing what macros are. So the solution, I'm going to go over macros with you. I'm going to teach you what they are. And then I'm going to ask you guys some questions. So pay attention. All right. And I'm going to ask you little quiz questions. You guys didn't know this was school today, did you? Cool. All right. Let's do this. So a quote that I read a while ago, but I absolutely love it, is not tracking what's going on in your body is like traveling without a map. So you'll probably get there, right? But it's going to take you a lot longer. Why not just dive in and track it? So there's 3 macros that we like to talk about, the 3 macronutrients. We've got proteins, we've got fat, and we've got carbs. So let's dive in and let's go over what protein is, okay? So first of all, protein has 4 calories per gram that you're putting in your body. And what does protein do for you, okay? So protein helps repair your cells, and it also helps you make new ones. It prevents muscle loss. It helps you maintain your bone mass. It helps your metabolism rev up, and it increases your fat burning capability. So have you ever walked around, you've seen these super fit people, right, guys? And you're like, well, they eat all the time. How are they doing this? Well, building muscle, and this is Kristen's thing, but building muscle actually increases your fat burning capability, and then you get to eat more food. So that's a plus. So we've got the protein, right? So 4 calories per gram. We've got fat that is 9 calories per gram. So this is the one that's a little bit different, right? It's a great energy source though, guys. So please don't be scared of fat, all right? It helps you maintain your hormone production. It gives your nervous system support, and also like it supplies these essential fatty acids, which if you didn't know this, your body, like, it can't create them itself, right? So you actually need to consume the fat to get these fatty acids. So please don't be scared of fat. And then carbs. Oh my gosh, ladies, so many women are scared of carbs. Please don't be scared of carbs. So carbs have 4 calories per gram, and they're not the enemy, ladies. Okay, guess what? They actually help you build these like great, amazing muscles. They also give your body immediate energy. And carbohydrates are where the fiber is found, right? So fiber is so important, ladies. It's so important. It helps aid in your digestion. It helps you go to the bathroom and helps you stay regular. Our goal at Queens of Iron, we always make our clients have to get 25 grams of fiber every day. And how we do that is we have them consume 500 grams of veggies and then 200 grams of fruit and berries. And this will like help you hit your your fiber goal without really having to worry about tracking it. So I know I just spoke a lot. So let's kind of give me a 1 if you're like, I am on it. I understand this in the chat, type of 1, or type of 2 if you're like, holy crap, Megan, I'm lost. Can we go over this again? And I'll let you guys leave some of those comments here. Oh, some of you guys are ready to go. I love it. I love it. Okay, cool. Yes, good to know about the fiber. So cool. So I'm going to give you a few little quiz questions. Math class, here we go. So how many calories is in 5 grams of fat? I'll let some of you guys type it in the chat, okay? So 5 grams of fat. How many calories is 5 grams of fat? I'll remind you if you forgot, there's 9 calories per gram. So if you ate, oh, somebody got it. Yep. So 9 times 5 is 45. Look at all these comments. This is amazing. Okay, next. How many calories is in 4 grams of protein? I'm not going to tell you. You have to remember. 4 grams of protein. How many calories is in 4 grams of protein? Oh, somebody got it. 16. Nice job, ladies. Amazing. Now, finally, okay, here we go. Last question. Are carbs bad for you? Yes or no? Are carbs bad? No, perfect. Carbs are not bad. They help you build those big, beautiful muscles, ladies. So I think we're good on macronutrients. Okay, so we're gonna move on to our next slide here. I don't know why my slides are being silly. Here we go. You guys already heard the next problem, but I'm gonna go over it anyway because you didn't get the answer. So you want to lean out. You want to look killer in that bikini, right, ladies? We all do, but you're not really sure how to get there. Okay, so this is what you're doing to prevent yourself from getting there, that bikini body. You want to know? You don't have the internal lifestyle, so you don't have the habits right now to maintain that fit and healthy body, right? Are you guys? Yeah. Okay. So what do you need to do? You need to get really precise with your tracking. I mean, the nitty gritty. And this isn't forever, okay, ladies? But if you want that bikini body, you're going to have to put in some work, all right? How do you do this? How do you get precise with your tracking? Well, here at Queens of Iron, we use grams, okay? We weigh all of our food in grams. And we also get very precise. We even have a macro calculator that I think Kristen could drop in the chat, I think, for you guys. We have it on our Facebook channel. It's in the featured section. But if you want to figure out your exact macros while I'm going over this, you totally can to see what's best for you. Now, everybody's individual, right? But here are some guidelines, and here are some things you need to do to eat to hit your macros and how to get your bikini body. Also, when I say bikini body, that might be different for everybody, right? If you want shredded abs and you want like everybody to see your muscles, like awesome. If you just want to curve out and be feminine, like that's okay. We can get you there too. So this is what you need to do. Normally for protein, and Kristen did a live about exactly how much track macros like a ninja. I love that. Anyway, Kristen did a live about how much protein your body needs. So if you want that, if you're needing that, it is in our Facebook group, or you can comment, and I'm sure she can get you that. But what you actually need to consume is about 1.6 to 2.0 grams per kilogram of body weight for protein. So that's a little bit, I think it's lower than you may have thought, right? So she did a deep dive into the research and the reasoning behind all of that. So if you want to know that, like I said, you can watch that. But so 1.6 to 2.0 grams per kilogram of body weight for protein. A healthy amount of fat, and this is all for weightlifting females, guys, okay? Because this is why you're in this group, okay? So a healthy amount of fat for everybody is between 0.75 and 0.85 grams per kilogram of body weight. So we use those two calculations, and then whatever is left over, the rest go to carbs, okay? You get those carbs because we need those carbs to help our body, fuel our body, and be able to like crush those workouts and build those muscles. So like I said, we have the macro calculator. I think we have two different versions, one for 200 and over weight, 200 pounds, or under 200 pounds. And then, so you've got your macros. What do you do with it? So there's a place where your body is happy burning a certain amount of calories, right? So your maintenance calories. And then what we like to do at Queens of Iron is we will put our clients, myself included right now, because I'm on the Queens of Iron program, in a 25% deficit for max results, right? Because we don't just want to slash everything down because you're going to be starving. You're not going to want to do your workout. So a 25% deficit is where we see the best results. That's where you can lose about a pound to a pound and a half a week. And then we also do measurements, right? Because the scale isn't everything, ladies, right? To see like how much you're losing centimeter wise on your body. This is so important to be consistent with too. Like you can't just do this one day and then skip another day. You really, really, really need to be precise with this. So you guys would be shocked if you took a cup, right? If you took a cup, you measured your oatmeal, you threw it in and you ate it. And let's say you were doing that every day. If you set that on the scale and got it in grams, I did this morning and it can be 10 to 20 grams off. So that ends up being quite a few calories and grams difference. So when you want to look a certain way, ladies, we got to get precise. So I'm going to have Kristen show you guys some high volume foods and some high quality foods that you can include into your diet here for maximum results. So I'm going to leave this up here for a little bit so you guys can actually look through this. So these are your high food, like, I'm so sorry, guys. Zoom in here so I can see what's going on. Yeah, so we've got our high volume foods. So we've got butternut squash, most vegetables. And remember, we put you on your like 500 grams of veg every day. So these are some things you want to include. It helps you feel full, right? So veggies, the green ones are really good. Zucchini noodles, egg whites, tofu noodles, the Laughing Cow light cheeses, because sometimes cheese can sneak up on you a little bit, right, guys? So with the fat content, and if you get the light Laughing Cow cheeses, you can still enjoy the cheeses without going over your fat goal. Goat cheese is super good for the protein. Berries, peaches, grapefruit, watermelon. You guys can see it all. I'm not going to go over it all. And then let's look at these high fiber foods. And these are so important, especially if your digestion is off. If you are really honing in on your fruit and veggies and, oats and stuff like that, you will see your digestion improve a lot. And so I think a lot of people come in and their digestion's off. And when your digestion's off, you don't really want to do anything else. You don't want to go to the gym. So really, really, really work to get these things into your diet. So I love edamame. I didn't used to like edamame, but edamame with some salt is like, And then I like oats. I love broccoli. Also, did you know broccoli has some protein in it? Do you guys know that? I learned that a few years ago. How are we doing, guys? Are we feeling good? Can we move on to the next question or next problem? Can we move on to the next problem? Do we feel like we can? Yes. Oh, you love edamame. I'm so glad. I'm still trying to get my kids to like feel like they love edamame. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's make sure. Okay, so problem you're facing. All right, are we ready for the next problem? Okay, you're busy, right? A lot of you in here are so freaking busy. You're so immersed in your work and you don't have time. At least you don't think you have time, right? You don't have time to figure out your food. You're like, nope, I'm too busy. Not doing it. Not doing it. Who is that? Is that you guys? Yes. Okay. And so the thing that you are doing, right? The thing you're doing that is preventing yourself from getting there is you have the all or nothing mindset. So, what I mean when I say that is you're either completely on, you're like, I'm going to do this, I've got this 100% all the way, I'm on track. And then as soon as something goes wrong, you're like, I'm all done. Nope, this is too much. I can't do it. Do any of you guys do that? Yep. Okay. So, here's your solution, ladies. You need to pre-plan, you need to be prepared, and you also need to put yourself first. Okay. We've had some clients recently that have been struggling with putting themselves first. And it's okay to put yourself first. If you need to talk to your boss and set boundaries and do those things, like absolutely do those things. Because if you can't take care of you, you can't take care of anybody else. Okay. You are your priority. All right. So this is how we're going to fix this. You are going to have to spend some time figuring out your food, what you're going to eat, and all of those things. And how you're going to do that is you're going to pick a day. You're going to put a day in your calendar, ideally a weekend day. It could be Fridays, could be Saturdays, could be Sundays. I personally like to do Sundays. You sit down, and at first you're going to need to carve out a big chunk of time. Okay, ladies, you're going to need to carve it out, and you need to put it in your calendar. So you actually do this. Okay, guys, actually do it. You need to put together your grocery list. You need to pre-plan and put in your macros for the week. You're not Okay, guys, I know this is so frustrating because it's like, yeah, but I don't have time. You're going to save yourself so much time. You're not wasting your time by doing this, guys. I promise. You're actually giving yourself time back during the week, right? Because you won't have to think about it. It's already done. Everything's in the fridge. You grab and go, and then you're ready to rock, okay? So it's going to take some time. Something I forgot to mention, and I'll just add it right now, is when you are planning your foods, a good like rule of thumb for you when you're trying to figure out how many macros to have is let's say you like to eat 4 times a day, right? So divide your macros, your proteins, your fat, and your carbs by 4, and then that'll give you kind of a guide of where to start and where to hit your protein, fat, and your carbs, because everybody's going to be a little bit different, right? So if you just divide it up, you're setting yourself up for success, because we don't ever want to eat everything in one meal. Yes, your body will digest it, but definitely not as well. And it's a recipe for hanging on to fat. Okay. So just to reiterate, set aside time for yourself to plan. Okay. It's annoying at first. It'll become a habit. I promise you. By doing the boring work, right? Kristen and I have been using this. Jason Phillips uses this. He's a coach in NCI. But if you do the boring work, it's gonna pay back in dividends. Like, it's gonna be amazing. So make sure that you're doing the boring work. Okay. So now you've done everything. You're ready to rock it. Your next problem, okay? Your next problem is you struggle with staying on track on the weekends, right? You like to go out with your friends. You want to go out with your family. You have social events to go through. So you're so diligent during the week, but then, oh, shoot, what do I do? Okay. So here's what you're doing that is messing yourself up. You're giving yourself the negative self-talk, self-sabotage. You're like, oh, they get to go out and they get to do that, and I'm just not even going to go out. Or you go out and you overindulge, okay? Because you're like, nope, I'm not going to track. This is silly, okay? So this is what I want you guys to know, okay? You can go out. You absolutely can go out with your friends. You can go out with your family. You can go to social events. And this is how we're going to fix this for you, okay? Number 1, you're going to pre-plan. So you want to put in your fun foods. And when I say pre-plan, I'm talking about putting your food in MyFitnessPal. That's what we use at Queens of Iron. If you're not using MyFitnessPal, please download it. Please use it. Use a food tracking app, okay? This is where we start, all right? But if you are drinking, okay, or your fun foods, right, put it in at the beginning of the day. You can have the stuff. You can have what you want, okay, guys? I'm not telling you you can't have things. That's silly. You're not going to stick to a diet when you can't have the fun stuff, Okay. So what you want to do is, if you are drinking, how to do this is you hit your protein goal and you do not go over your calories. Okay. And I'll go over this one more time. You hit your protein goal and you do not go over your calories. This is how you can fit in your alcohol. Okay. That's how we track alcohol here at Queens of Iron. If you're eating out with your friends, okay, and you're going out to a restaurant, look up the restaurant. MyFitnessPal has tons and tons of foods already in there, and chances are your restaurant is already in there and the meal's already in there. Now, if the food that you want isn't in there, you might have to piece it together a little bit. If you're booking meats, make sure you book 4 ounces. That's a normal serving size, unless it says otherwise. But 4 ounces of meat. So let's say you're going out. What should you choose, right? So if you like salads, you want to pick things that are grilled chicken, grilled fish, grilled shrimp. You want to avoid like the fried things, right? Because they're high in fat, and your food normally when you eat out is already going to be high in fat because they like to cook stuff in butter. So just don't get the fried stuff. Keep away from the fried stuff. And then add like fruit. So you can add apples, you can add pears, you can add cranberries and nuts. Goat cheese is a great option, okay? The things you want to take off your salad, so like the bacon, hard-boiled eggs. Now, I'm not saying eggs are bad, guys, okay? That's not what I'm saying at all. But your food's probably going to be higher in fat already, so just nix the egg because the yolk has more fat. So, but you can have it if you pre-plan it, okay, guys? Meat, vegetable, carbs. So steak, salad, sweet potato. Get, the steak, get the salad with the dressing on the side. And then sweet potatoes are always a good option. If you're craving a burger, get a burger. Just eat half the burger, right? You don't have to eat it all. If you pre-program it and you pre-plan, you're going to be set up for success. Now, what if you're traveling, okay? We have a lot of people at Queens of Iron that travel. So the snack size portions, easy things that you can purchase are like the snack single serve yogurt, single serve cottage cheese, pre-made items. You can go to the deli and get those pre-made things, sushi rolls without all the sauces, salad bars with dressing on the side. I personally, this is one of my favorites, and I know this is one of Kristen's favorites too, is Perfect Bars. But I prefer the mini ones. I think she does too, because that way you can keep everything in check. But Perfect Bars are great. If you're staying at a hotel, you could go ahead and get like a rotisserie chicken or something like that, and piece that out. Because at the end of the day, guys, seriously, a diet you enjoy is a diet that you're going to stick with, right? You're going to stick with it long term. So if you're depriving yourself of all the fun stuff, you're not going to stick to it. So this way, if you're pre-planning, you're setting yourself up for success, right, guys? And then you'll get to see those results week after week because you don't feel like you're depriving yourself, okay? So we've gone through most of them, and we're ready for the last one, ladies. So here we go. The problem you're facing. You have mastered everything else in your life, okay? You've mastered it all. The job, everything. But you can't quite get the physical results you've been looking for, and you're getting so frustrated. You're frustrated, right? It's frustrating when you can't get what you want. And the biggest thing that we see at Queens of Iron, excuse me, is not having someone to help keep you accountable, right? So that's what's in your way, because you can grind, right? You can grind for a while. You can do it on your own, but not having someone in your corner makes it really hard. So if you have friends, if you have family, if you have a spouse, make sure they are supporting you. And if they're not supporting you, hire a coach, because dude, that's what we're here for. Like, that's what we do. We love it. We love helping women. So having people in your corner is so important. But the biggest thing a coach can offer you guys is we can offer you support, and we can take the emotion out of it, right? We can look at your stuff, we can look at your food logs, and we can say, oh, let's just move this stuff around. Instead of you being stressed out and all emotional, right? We can take that out of it. We can look at the problem you're facing, and we can help guide you to fix it. So yeah, accountability is key, guys, right? You can have everything in your hands, but if you don't have someone keeping you accountable, that's going to be pretty tough. So those are the problems. Those are the things you're doing. And I gave you all of the solutions. How are we doing? Are we good? Do we feel ready and excited? Awesome. And a reminder, okay, guys, every single comment in this group is will get you put in the giveaway. Okay, so don't forget to comment, guys, on this, and then we will be back tomorrow. Also, Kristen's going to go live for you guys and talk about the weightlifting side of things. So hopefully I was able to provide you with value. If you want to drop your favorite thing I gave you, your favorite tool, your favorite trick, that would be awesome. I would love to know. Oh my gosh, all these comments are amazing. Thank you so much. I love it. Good info. Tomorrow is weightlifting and more lifestyle. Yeah, thanks, Kristen.
Hi, I'm going to hop on really quick because I want to answer some of these questions. But Megan, thank you so much. That was amazing. I love your energy and your commitment to serve and the way you break things down, just really easy to understand. And I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
Beautiful. So I did want to quickly answer this question. Let me find it. It was about breastfeeding.
Oh, right.
Let's see, because I don't think this is talked about very much. And so I definitely want to make sure you understand this. So give me just a second. Here it is. Okay, so Christy says, any tips on still breastfeeding, mostly weaned and mostly just comfort feed? So my question to you is, have you been consistently tracking? And if you are, what has been your result? So when women come to us breastfeeding, one of two things typically happens. We put them at, well, I start at maintenance. We start them in maintenance usually, or sometimes a 10% deficit. Then we monitor their milk supply with the weekly check-in. And so some women in a deficit, their milk supply will struggle. Some women, it makes no difference. Their milk supply is a flow-in and they can be in a 25% deficit and they're crushing it. So when you say, Christy, any tips on still breastfeeding, mostly just comfort feed, I would ask you, have you been tracking and what is your result that you've been having tracking? You may have to drop macros. For breastfeeding women, we typically put fat a bit higher, carbs a bit higher too, but we typically put fat closer to the 0.9 to the 1 gram per kilogram, just to give your body more fuel for that, right? Just more support basically for the demands. So if you're tracking higher, I would say pull off a little fat and carb. Start with 150 calories per day and see what that does. Cool. Megan, thank you so much. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
Ladies, any other questions? Yeah, Jenny just said, I love you, Jenny. That's awesome. She just said, sorry, I'm looking at Facebook in the comments. So she said, I love that you meet your clients where they are. We do that. Like there's no, okay, come into this cookie cutter program. It's like, Miss Jones, where are you right now? We're going to take you from point A to point B because we want you to have the healthiest, most fit, most wonderful lifestyle, right? And so these tools that we're teaching, you can take an action and they're going to help you really live a much healthier lifestyle. It takes doing the boring work, just like Megan said. So it takes just day in and day out, practicing those habits, because even if you're not seeing change, because let's say you're not sure if the macros are right for you, if you're continuing on practicing those habits, that's going to develop a lifestyle that's going to compound into a really healthy change. So if you're not seeing results on this scale, it's okay. Where else are you seeing results? Do you have more energy? Are you drinking more water? Are you sleeping more? Are you having taking times to practice stress relieving activities, going on a walk, something? Are you able to spend more time with friends? Like just remembering that it's a whole person, it's a whole woman. It's not just, what does the freaking scale say? What does the measurement say? It's like, but how are you today?
Yeah.
Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, like we got to take care of ourselves. And just like Megan said, if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. It's just so true. When I don't feel good in my skin, sometimes I'm cranky with my son and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It has nothing to do with you. I just feel like crap right now. It's not fair. Cool. Let me see if there's any questions. Yeah, Rachel. Okay, so Kathy, you feel like you're always in a deficit and you're not seeing fat points dropping. So my very initial thing is I would ask about compliance. We'd have to see compliance. Some women think they're in compliance, and then we we look at their weekly check-in and they're like, oh, I thought I did a lot better than that. It's like, that's okay. That's why we're here, right? To keep you in check and to show you where it's lacking. So check your compliance. How are you tracking? Like, are you doing the cups and the tablespoons like Megan said not to do? Or are you doing the grams, milliliters, or ounces? Are you weighing and tracking before you eat? Good. Or after you eat? Not so good, because how do you even know it fits? How do you even know it's a balanced meal? How do you even know it's right for you, right? Are you leaving big meals at the end of the day, banking your calories because it feels good in your soul? Not a good idea, because if you eat a ton of calories at one time, if your body's like, okay, I have no use for this, what is it going to do? Store it as fat, even if you're in compliance in your macros. So that's, I think, such a big key to remember is this is not a diet. It's not a diet of hit your macros, you'll be good. We use macros as a tool to help develop your beautiful lifestyle, right? Macros are guaranteed results when done the right way, in addition to the great benefit of totally transforming your lifestyle so you never have to get back here, so you can feel comfortable moving forward for the rest of your life. So don't rush the process. Allow the journey to take place and allow those habits to change, those internal thought patterns to change and shift 1% per day, 1% better at a time, not 100% better at a time. My perfectionists out there, 51% in the right direction is more than 49% in the wrong direction. Yes. But if you're all in or all out, you're going 100, which hardly ever happens, or 0, right? So ditch it. You're worthy. It's okay. Performance doesn't define you. It's what you do with what's presented to you. Control your controllables. You can't just not eat out for the rest of your life, because then you're going to be lacking emotional connection with others. That's not fair just because you want to get fat off, right? Let's have the best of all the worlds. That's why Megan was talking so much about lifestyle. It's vital to have this lifestyle piece so you ladies can enjoy your life while also loving your body, while also staying disease-free, staying injury-free, being strong, being able to do hikes and vacation and kids and all the things. And you're like, I'm thriving. I'm not surviving anymore. I'm thriving because I chose to sit back and take this journey by the horns and just ride it instead of rushing to the finish line.
Yeah.
Cool. Whew, that was my rant there. Okay. Megan, I want to give you the floor for a minute. Do you have, there's lots of questions coming in, and I want to give you the opportunity to answer as well. Is there anything that you want to say or add before I keep bringing up more questions?
I don't think so. I am seeing a lot saying thank you. A few of them said like the alcohol tracking one is a game changer, and they love that. And that one really is key, because like we don't want to take out the fun stuff in order for you guys to just lose weight. So also I'm seeing some people talk about maintenance. So sometimes yes, your body needs maintenance for a little bit, and then you can go back in a deficit, and that's completely okay. I mean, it's all individual, right? Are you really tracking correctly? First of all, is what we would check first. But then if you do need maintenance for a little bit, absolutely do that, and then put yourself back in a cut. That's okay. Sometimes you need to heal, and sometimes you need a break. I mean, our clients go on vacation, so.
Yeah, I'll add to that as well. Yeah. So here was the question: for a reverse diet, once to maintenance, how long do you stay at maintenance before a cut, and how long do you suggest cut cycles? Okay. Just like Megan said, every woman is totally different. I'm going to give you a very real example of one of our clients right now. She's been with us for, I think, about a year and a half. If I'm remembering her stats off the top of my head correctly, I think it's been about a year and a half right now, maybe 2. And no, I think about a year and a half. She is about 45 pounds down, which is awesome. She came in, did a cut, and was feeling just over it. She lost a lot of weight, was feeling really good in her skin, but just mentally she was moving. Like there was so much happening in her life. She was like, I need more food, right? I just want to eat more food. So it's like, awesome. We're going to bring you up into maintenance, and we're going to stay here for a while, because she does fitness and nutrition with us. And so we're building and shaping her body. We're cutting fat off in maintenance. It's just slower. What I've seen for, honestly, almost, I can't even think of an outlier right now, actually. All the women that we've had in maintenance, which truly, gosh, probably over 150. Not everyone stays to do the whole process because for whatever reason, sometimes they're not committed enough to themselves or, something happens. But most women, they like to get to their goal weight, go to this maintenance, so then eventually wean off macros. I should say the women who want it as a true lifestyle change, they stay. But the women who are like, oh, let's do it for, just the summer. It's like, okay, well, you got to get to that next level commitment, right? But anyway, so what happens with her is we put her in maintenance, and I want to say she was in maintenance for like 4 months, actually. Like I said, she had a lot going on with her life, and she was still seeing great results. And so what I was saying was about every 3 to 5 weeks, measurements will drop. Weight stays the same. That's what maintenance is. You become a more fit version of yourself. You're losing fat more slowly, but you're gaining muscle more quickly, more efficiently because you're eating more, right? You're fueling your body more. So basically, we were keeping tabs with her. So after, gosh, I think about 3 months, it was like, how are you feeling right now in your skin? Just getting a temperature check. Like, how are you feeling in your skin right now, in your lifestyle? What are you thinking? And she wanted to stay in maintenance for a little bit longer. And then it was like, when XYZ season hit, she wanted to go back into a cut. So right now she's in her second cut. So we did cut, maintenance, and now she's in her second cut. I'm going to share this mindset piece because I think for a lot of you ladies, you don't actually realize this is a barrier you need to break. And so I hope this really helps you break this barrier. So for her, she started at like 206 or something like that. And right now, I believe she's at like 158 or 161, or I can actually just look really quick. But anyway, and so I asked her, she's like, I want to go back up to maintenance. Normally with clients, it's like, sure, okay, got you. But for her, something in me was like, why do you want to do that right now? Like, we haven't been in the second cut super long time. She is super fit. Waist is teeny tiny, like smaller than mine, literally. And I have a 4-pack all year round. That's where I like to live. And her waist is smaller than mine. Arms are jacked. Like, she just looks amazing, but there's all the fat that's leftovers in her legs. She doesn't like it. Naturally, no one would. Legs take the longest in most women. I'm finding her metrics right now. So she just weighed in at 162.8 and started at 205.6. Yeah, which is just amazing. And so I said, why do you want to go back to maintenance? What about cutting down? She never thought she could get to this point. And so sometimes it's fear of success. Like, I never knew I could get here. It was never even a thought in my mind that I could possibly get in the 150s, that I could possibly get lower. And so sometimes it's like we have to put on our coaching hat, granted, always supporting what's best for you, always supporting what you want, but putting on the coaching hat and being like, no, I'm going to challenge you right now. Because I know you want those beautiful legs to be toned in exactly like what you want, not just for vain reasons, but because it's a joy to feel confident in your skin. No shame. If I don't feel confident in my skin, things in life are not as good. I don't think that's vain. Like, I love feeling good in my body, and I think you women do too. It also comes with being healthy. We're not just like, oh, screw it, slash your calories so you can have a bikini body. It's like, no, we're going to live the best of all the worlds and have a super fit body and a super fit lifestyle and love life and be good people. That's where we're at. So anyway, sometimes, I guess you just need to challenge yourself. Like, you can get to anywhere you want to go. Nothing is a lost cause. If something's not working for you, it's usually compliance, actually. But a lot of times it's just you need to find what works for you. It's never, ever, 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 ever a lost cause. We've had many women come to us with hypothyroidism. I can't get any results, We get them so freaking fit. And all it is just finding what works for that specific individual woman. And it's beautiful. And having the right lifting routine is vital. And I'll talk about that tomorrow. So that was a long-winded answer, but I don't do every 4 weeks. I know Megan doesn't either, because rapid changes doesn't give your body true response and development time. So I would prefer to have someone in maintenance about 4 months always. Depending on the client, I don't think we need to go longer than that. Most women, I would say maybe 80% of the women, we get them straight down to their goal weight, then we reverse. For this one gal, she had a decent amount of weight to lose, right? And so naturally we gave her the break in the middle. But some of you guys don't need to go to maintenance unless you've achieved your goal. If you've been cutting forever and ever and ever, yeah, you need to go to maintenance for a while. Stay there for like 4 months, maybe 6. If you've been dieting for like 2 years or something like that, stay there for a while. Bring a lot of health to your metabolism. Learn and teach yourself, or learn those healthy stacking habits. So you're not just sitting there in maintenance, but you're developing a lifestyle. It's all about developing that healthy lifestyle. Caroline, what about intermittent fasting? Megan, I'll share my input and then go ahead and share yours as well if it's different.
Okay.
Okay. Intermittent fasting was designed, my understanding was it was designed for people who just overate. So they limited their window, so they ate less. Great. If you have the right macros and learn a healthy lifestyle, not necessary. I do like to fast at least 12 hours because that's shown. Granted, I haven't looked recent research last 3 years, but last 5, I saw that it helps eliminate free radicals. Great. But for fat loss, it's completely unneeded because it's more wise to heal the root and create healthy habits rather than stick a Band-Aid on the symptom and be like, I'm just going to eat in a shorter window. And in reality, it's not very sustainable in a lot of cases. Like, what if you're on vacation? It's like, I can't go to breakfast with anybody because my eating window is not open. It's like, what? Like, let's create healthy habits instead,
I did want to add one thing, and maybe you guys know this, maybe you don't, but breakfast literally means break fast. So like everybody is intermittent fasting. You're just doing it at different times. That's all that it is. So if you need to wait longer, like, because some people don't want to go lift in the morning and eat, like, and that's okay. But like putting a term on it, I'm not a fan of, because everybody is different. And there was one other thing I saw somebody saying about MyFitnessPal, something that some clients forget, and we are sticklers about this: turn off exercise, because you may think you're hitting your macros, but if you are tracking your exercise, it'll give you extra grams of calories and stuff to eat. And so you may think you're hitting your goal, but you're actually not. So make sure you have everything turned off.
Such a good point. Yeah, steps off, exercise off, net carb off, all that stuff. Okay, so let's go through a couple more here. Megan, congratulations on your first live masterclass with Queens of Iron. And thank you, ladies, for being here and learning and being committed to your health and wellness. It's wonderful. Okay, what about those who can't tolerate veg? I eat several veg, but have IBS. Many greens cause pain and bloating. I'm going to grab a resource for you right now. And the main thing is finding what sources work for you. So the resource I'm grabbing for you right now is called a low FODMAP diet. It's not a diet in terms of like a fad diet, nothing like that. Let's see, where is it? What it is it helps women eliminate foods that typically cause issues with like bloating and discomfort. And it presents you with foods that are typically safe to eat for women with IBS. So go ahead and take a screenshot of this. Here, let me remove the comment so you can see. Now, how I recommend clients use this, because we've definitely had clients that have used this actually, and it works quite well. Egg whites, oddly, is one that sometimes causes IBS, so watch out for that. I don't think that one's on this list. So what we do is completely eliminate all the red ones from your diet and only eat the green for about a week or 2, maybe 3. See how your body feels. If things are starting to regulate, you're starting to feel a lot better, awesome. Then just add one food at a time. I personally would recommend every 2 weeks, because slow and steady wins the race. Like we said in the Army, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Ditch the trial and error, just sit back and let the process roll out. So then just adding in one in at a time, especially with tracking macros, you'll be able to pinpoint, you'll start to pinpoint, oh, I ate watermelon and then like 2 days later, or, later on, 5 hours later, whatever it is, I felt like total crap. But let's say you add one per day, then you add one another day, you're never really going to know what the issue was. So this is a great resource to have. Okay. So, Megan, again, feel free to chat. So this one, I will share this, and it is somewhat important. However, I caution you to get lost in the weeds, right? Sometimes it's like, I'm going to take my multivitamin and then I'm going to go to McDonald's. You know what I mean? It's like, let's fix the bigger habits first before focusing on such minor details. That being said, actually, I think I have a picture I can show you guys. So endomorphs, body type, endomorphs, people who, it's like, I think it's considered like an apple bottom. Isn't that right? The term? Yeah. That's kind of like just very, or you're holding the majority of your weight on your thighs and your hips. Your hips are very, very wide. Colombian women, I love Colombian women. They are endomorphs and their nutritional needs are very different. Their squats are different because of how their bones are in their hip joints. We all have different squats. Don't try to conform to somebody else. So yeah, endomorph needs here. Actually, let me think. I made a course for the Army a while back and I put a picture in there. So give me a second. Let me pull this up and I'll find it for you guys. But yeah, so endomorphs typically don't process carb as well. So they need higher fat, protein's about the same, and lower carb. Nothing drastic. Maybe it's 0.75 grams of fat per kilo for a meso. It might be like 0.85 to 0.9, sometimes 1 gram for an endomorph, depending on what their current weight is. A mesomorph, which is personally what I am, which is what Megan is. I think many, many, many women are mesomorph. It's just kind of a more like evenly proportioned body for the most part. Like fat for me is still, well, legs. When I have more, it's low tummy, right? Arms can be shredded, but maybe my legs wouldn't be, right? So that's just a mesomorph. Everyone's going to hold fat somewhere. An ectomorph is super skinny, super hard to gain weight. Usually they have a lot of muscle mass. They need loads and loads and loads of carbohydrate, low fat, and typically they don't need, they can be on the lower end of protein as well. Let me look it up because I'm not multitasking very well. Okay, here we go. This is a great picture. Let me pull this up and oops, and then I'll show you. Megan, anything you want to add to that?
I don't think so. I liked how you mentioned, like, if you think you're something, don't get lost in the sauce there because, like, maybe you're not. Just do the right things. If you've done everything and nothing's working, you know, then maybe dive into it. But for sure, just follow the steps.
Definitely just follow steps. This is such a tiny piece of it. Yeah, but I'll still show you the picture. Well, I just screenshotted it. Where did it go? Well, that's okay because I don't want to just sit here and have you guys watch my eyes move around. I'm going to just show you like this. So this is the one I was wanting to show you. And of course, it's getting smaller. Here, let me try this again. Now, if you are just simply overweight, don't feel like you're an endomorph. You still might be a meso. You might just be, oh, there it is. There it is, ladies. Oops. You might just have fat to lose. That's all. Okay. So again, don't get lost in the sauce. There we go. Cool. I'll leave that up just for a sec, and then we'll keep going to a few more questions. All right, great. Okay. So menopause suggestions. So here's what typically happens, and let me know if this is correct for you. What you used to work no longer does, and all the fat's in your stomach, and you have no idea what to do now, right? Because there's been so many changes in your body. It's like, how do I take care of my new body? What do I do with my new body now? 100% of the time, for clients that came to us with the same issue, it's truly just getting you on the right macros for your body and learning how to take care of your new body, right? So it's just learning new nutritional needs for where you're at now and what your body needs now. 10 out of 10 times it comes down to getting on the right macros for you. Lifting, for sure. Okay, cool. So I have days where I'm really low in overall calories and days higher. Is the objective to balance them first to see consistency? 100%. 100%, because otherwise your body's going to be going like this. The scale's going to be going like this. You're going to have higher carbs and then you're going to get all bloated because of water retention and you think it's fat, or you think it's, my body didn't want to process that well. It's like, no, it's just because you were super low carb and then you went super high carb. And so you're just retaining water weight, right? So if you have to get consistent and steady for your body to regulate, to see what is my body specifically doing with these macros. If you're not consistent, then yeah, I wouldn't expect to see results or really know anything that your body needs, because we have to have metrics to measure. We have to have data to measure to truly know what's changing. That's like, you know, we have our clients take pictures and measurements first thing in the morning, before they eat, before they drink, after the bathroom. So it's consistent week after week after week after week after week. Always consistency. Okay. Megan, I want to make sure that you have all the space in the world to share and chat. So do you want to answer this one?
What I would say, and you can jump in, is absolutely not. It's just jumping on the previous question. You just need to know how to feed and fuel your body correctly. You need to know what works for you, and lifting weights, definitely lift weights like in all stages of life, but especially as you age, like it's so important. It helps your bones and everything. So absolutely not. Just, we need to figure out what works best for you. And it's a new body, right? So you're learning and you're growing, and you just have to do new things. And you probably just have to tighten up your macros a little bit and start tracking a little more efficiently.
Yeah, totally agree. Will you gain the exact same as you did when you were 20? Probably not. But I think the question you're truly asking is, can I see incredible results even going through menopause? And the answer is yes. You can see incredible results, take care of your body, and live fit, healthy, and without all that belly fat. You absolutely can. Great. Great. Ladies, so beautiful. Yeah, good. We always have a balanced approach. And I said, love your balanced approach. It's vital. Otherwise, it's not long-term. It's not sustainable. And we want to set you ladies up for the rest of your life. Okay, good. Oh my gosh. This is one that I actually was chatting with someone in the messages today. And what I realized, a lot of you ladies are having this problem. You're not seeing the scale move. And I hear women all the time comment back, and it's fine. It's great. You're being really encouraging and helpful. And what I hear women tell them is, don't worry about it. You're losing fat and gaining muscle. Don't focus on the scale. And although that's nice, and I think there's a really helpful intent behind it, if you want the scale to move, it's because your macros are off. Yeah. It's just because your macros are off. Your clothes might be fitting different, but the scale is staying the same. You're gaining muscle mass. That's called maintenance calories. That's exactly what happens in maintenance calories. If you're feeling bigger and you're gaining weight, but you're lifting weights and someone's like, oh, it's just muscle mass. Actually, you're in a surplus. You're eating more than your body needs. So you are gaining muscle. You are getting stronger, but you're also getting bigger because you're in surplus calories. You can gain muscle and lose fat at the exact same time. We showed you that research in the protein research review. It's absolutely possible. It happens all the time. Our clients do it all the time. We do it, right? All the time. But you have to have the right macros and be in a healthy deficit. But to have the scale move, you have to be in the right deficit for you. One quick note on this too. We had a client come to us. I've talked about her a few times. Very, very, very fit, very low body fat, but didn't love what her body looked like very muscular, just didn't love how she felt in her clothes, anything like that. And she came to me and said, these are my maintenance calories. This is my deficit calorie. And, you know, I want to lose 5 pounds. Like, okay, well, you're very in tune with your body. I see the result that you've achieved for yourself. So I'm going to take you at your word. Even though my calculations show a lower deficit, I'm going to take you at your word. We're going to do it. So I put her on the deficit. She thought that was a deficit for her. It would make sense if she knew her maintenance, right? She was seeing measurement drops. She wasn't seeing the scale change. And so I said, hey, I would like your permission to treat this as if I'm not even going to take your numbers. I'm going to calculate what I believe is best for you based on the data we've seen. and I want to drop you. I want to drop your macros, even though you believe that that's not the case, and I want to see what happens. We dropped her macros, bam, she's feeling amazing. She dropped the weight, right? So it's wonderful. And so sometimes you guys think you're in a deficit, or sometimes you think you know what's right. And sometimes it's needing that third-party person, the objective view, and saying, okay, I can see exactly how your body's responding to these macros. So I'm telling you, those are not the right macros for you. Can we change them? You know? So sometimes you just need to see that other side to it. That's really hard to see when you're in it.
Yeah.
You're too close.
Yeah.
You're too close. Anything you want to add to that, Megan?
Nope. I agree with that 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Cool. Do you want to tackle this one? I want to get better at eyeballing food when I'm on travel. Do you know?
Traveling, I like knowing what to grab for snacks. Maybe?
I think she means how do I track it when I don't have a scale?
That's a good one. I'm going to let you take that one because I think one of our clients actually found a small scale that they can take with them. Well, I mean, you don't have to do that. I thought it was like, oh, that's easy.
No, that's a great thing. Okay, this gets easier the more you track on the scale, because the more you're seeing it day after day in grams, the easier it gets. So first and foremost, the more you practice, the easier it gets. Just know that. The second thing, when eyeballing, especially as you're learning, it's okay to track in cups. Only when eyeballing, when out. If you have the ability to use a scale, use your scale. You'll get better results. But yeah, when you're out, like eyeballing 1 cup of rice is easier than being like, I think that was 132 grams of white sushi rice. So feel free to do cups while out. But again, the more you see it on the scale, the easier it gets. The third thing I would say, the more you consistently track, the more in tune with your body you are. And so let's say you track 350 calories, right? Eyeballing, but you're stuffed. You're like, okay, I know I don't feel that way after 350 calories, so I need to track more, right? So it's being really in tune with your body, getting practice and reps and seeing food and the weight, food and the weight, food and the weight. So you're like, oh, that looks about like this. And then tracking more than you think it is. Mm-hmm. Always track, over track versus under track. Always, 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 always. And don't worry about being perfect, right? The great thing about having the accountability coach, like Megan was saying, is I'm like, send me a picture of your food, send me a picture of how you tracked it, and let's review it, and I'll fine tweak anything that you need. The more we go through that, the easier it gets, to, it makes more sense as you go. So just practice. That's how you get better, is practicing the right way. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Would you do anything different for someone with thyroid disease, autoimmune disease? Yep. I'm going to show you a picture of this woman, actually. She's one of our current clients. I typically, so I should probably put this, I guess, maybe in the macro calculator. For activity level, instead of a 1.4, I drop it down to 1.3. So I start them at a little bit lower macros. Megan, is that what you do as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we start them a little bit lower macros than what someone without that would deal with, and that, or would be prescribed to them. And then we see how their body's responding. Okay. That's really what it comes down to every time, is we're going to coach you into compliance to make sure that all the variables are taken care of. Then we're going to see exactly how your body's responding, so we can tell you what's going on, right? What your body's doing, what it's liking, what needs change, and then we'll always change it for you. So get consistent and compliant first, see what results you're getting, then you'll know if you need a change. I'm going to show you this photo because this woman came to us and she said, I have hypothyroidism. I'm completely plateaued. And because of hypothyroidism, I cannot get any lower. I'm stuck. I don't like what my body looks like. I want to shape it. I'm so uncomfortable in my skin. And this is even what she looks like now. This is a 5-month transformation. Let me download it really quick. I think I said she's still with us today. So she's still making progress. So she's actually more fit than this now. And she's down, I think like 25 pounds from someone saying, I can't lose anything. I can't lose anything. It's like, yes, you can. It's just having the right macros for you guys. It comes down to that every single time. Every single time. It's just having the right macros for you. Oops, let me remove this so you can see her shredded legs. Oh my girlfriend, your body is amazing. Actually, ladies, I want to show you another picture because I think it does so much more justice, and it just blows me away. I just absolutely love it. So if you don't mind, give me just a quick moment. Megan, if there's anything you want to add, feel free.
I'm just looking at her ripped legs. Like, those are amazing. Love it. Flat belly, strong arms. I love it.
Think about the mindset shift that was able and had to happen too, because she was a really, really afraid of food. We've had to do a very, very, very slow reverse. We're currently, oh my gosh, oh, that's right. I was like, where's that picture? But we've had to do an extremely slow reverse diet because she's really scared of food. She was really scared to gain, especially with the hypothyroidism. And it's been like baby steps, but she's at the highest macros she's ever been at. Oh my gosh, I better find this picture right now. You guys have to see it. I know I've posted it. I just love it. She's so confident. I pulled up this pic. Oh yes, girl, here it is. I pulled up this picture and my jaw actually dropped because it was like, get it. And now she's on this 3-week trip in Europe and just freaking loving it and just feeling really good in her skin. Let me show you her. So here's the thing. Without that support person, she could never increase macros, right? Ooh, what is that I see? Sorry.
Interesting.
Like, oh God. It's like you need that person to stretch you out of your comfort zone, because if you're stretching out of your comfort zone by yourself, where are you learning? It's like, it could be a book, it could be these things, and that's awesome. But having a specific answer to exactly what you need in a day, I mean, that's life-changing. Look at this queen.
Dang, look how confident she is. So much confidence.
And I have permission to share. I wouldn't just share. I always ask our clients before we share. But seriously, came to us. And so just as a reminder, this was when she first came. Let's see where to go. Oh, good. I closed it. Oh, here she is. So let me show you that picture again. So this was her a couple weeks back, I think maybe 3 weeks ago. So just really recent. And then this was her as a reminder when she started. Right there. Saying, I'm totally plateaued. Nothing's working. And she has completely transformed her life. We're still working on glutes. We're still working on low belly. But my God, she is stunning. She's so confident in her skin. Feels amazing. Eating more food. Healthier metabolism. Like, it's important, guys, to go through the reverse diet. It's important to have someone there monitoring you. That's not just yourself. Cool. Great question. Oh, yeah. This is another good question. Megan, is it okay if I answer it?
Yes, those are.
Okay, so we've had a few clients who have experienced this, and things are very different for you. Because for a lot of women who have weight loss surgery, they can't volume-wise handle more than 1,200 calories. So then we're stuck in how do you make sure that you're eating enough, but also still shedding fat and feeling comfortable, like your stomach size, feeling comfortable. So it is a dance. You cannot eat 500 grams of vegetables and 300 grams per day. It's way too much volume. And so what we do, it's been a little bit since we've had one, but what we do is we find low volume foods. So we first start at about that 1,200 base, or depending on what you've been doing. If you've been able to get past this, stomach size wise, we're not going to start you there. But if your stomach cannot handle more than that, that's where we're going to start. I've had several clients just out of weight loss surgery, so it may be a bit different from 2 years post-op. But anyway, we do go through reverse diet and we focus on low volume foods. So foods that are a lot of calorie for very small amounts. So they can fit in your stomach, but we're still teaching your body how to be able to eat more food so you can have a healthier metabolism. Yeah, that one is challenging. It does take time and my heart goes out to you. It is challenging, but so possible. So possible. Okay. I had to change my mental focus to come out of a deficit and focus on strength and reverse dieting to maintenance and enjoying the extra strength and energy. Yeah. Yes, I think a lot of women are scared to eat more because it's always resulted in fat gain. So they're like, I can't do it. I'd rather just not eat at all. It's like, we need sustainability. Yeah. Cool. Great. I'm not sure what hoyness is. Highness, maybe oh yeah. No, I think that was the comment to like not wanting to go out when you're super uncomfortable in your skin.
Oh yeah.
So true. Okay, cool. Yeah, good. How do I know how many calories my body can use per meal before it would store the rest as fat? Good question. Oh, good question. Megan, do you have anything to say specifically about this?
I mean, I do want to say, spacing stuff out is key and it's kind of hard. I mean, you don't want to have a dinner with over 1,000 calories. And we like to at Queens of Iron, I think 50 is like the max protein we would want in a meal. So like we typically like more like 40 in each meal. But you don't, and you know the calories. So when you say calories, it's different for everybody. So that's kind of difficult, but yeah, you definitely don't want to sit down and consume all of your calories in one meal. That's not going to work out for you very well.
Yeah. So I don't know an exact science to say 53 grams and you're storing it as fat. Like, I don't think that exists. Again, get consistent in macros and see what your result is, right? Now, if you're consistent in a deficit and you're not seeing changes, you need to check your balancing and spacing. If you change your balancing and spacing and things start to drop, then you can go back and say, okay, my meal was too high. I was storing it as fat. So you can see that. So what we say instead is we give a general guideline per meal, just like Megan was saying. So I personally tell ladies 35 to 40 grams of protein per meal is plenty. The protein research review, gosh, I think it was even less. I think it was 30 to 35 grams that they were recommending for women. I've seen 35 to 40 work great, 42 fine, but I wouldn't go above that. I don't think it's necessary. Eat that energy somewhere else in your day. For fat, this one can get tricky because if you're eating out, it can vary. But if you're at home, personally, I would recommend 22 grams of fat or less, sometimes only like 9 grams of fat, because if you only have 50 grams of fat for the day and you're eating 5 times a day, then you should try to aim for about 10 grams of fat per meal, right? Take all your macros, divide them by the number of times you want to eat for that day to get a good general outline. I don't recommend going over 50 grams of carb per meal. If you only have 150 grams of carb for the day, I would stick to more like 30 grams of carb per meal. If you're eating 300 grams of carb per day, sure. You could do 65, right, per meal, grams per meal. So good rule of thumb, like I said, just divide, your macros, do your best like that, knowing that eating out, special events, it's not going to be perfect and it's okay as long as it's not every day.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, ladies, I think we're going to go ahead and stop there for now because I just am scrolling down and I'm like, there's so many comments, which we're so happy. You guys keep them coming in. We will answer. But we're going to jump off for right now. Oh, okay. One question asked actually really quick about that one client. What are her macros up to for the hypothyroidism? And so let me actually pull up her info.
While she's looking that up, I think Thursday, are we having live Q&A, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys can totally ask.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah. So when I'm gonna give somewhat of general-ish information, but basically, when she first came to us, she was very, very, very afraid of food. I tried to start her at 1443 calories. She was definitely seeing fab loss. So let's see. So how many? Yeah, so about how many is that? 3 months. And she dropped down 17 pounds. Yeah, it was awesome. Then she started to hit a plateau. I dropped her a little bit more for about, let's see, so that was 12, for about 12 more weeks. Dropped down even more and got down to a 20-pound loss. Then it seems like her body, 25. No, 22. Sorry, math is hard. No. 22 pounds down. And then she was so fit and so shredded. I was like, I think your body found a healthy weight. I think it's time we need to increase your calories because it doesn't want to drop anymore. And we need to keep feeding you really well. So remember, hypothyroidism, right? Not everyone should be this low of calorie. This is a special case. Age and hypothyroidism can cause this low numbers. Many other kinds are over 2,000, right? So everyone's so different. Right now, she's almost at 1,600. Maintaining weight, shredding up, waist, let's see. All measurements except glutes are at the lowest they've ever been. Except, well, actually maybe by 0.5 off the waist. Yeah. So yeah, so she's almost to 1,600. We're still going up. She's maintaining weight, and that's 20 pounds down. That's where her body's really feeling super good at, getting super fit, more fit than she is now. It's insane. Well, we're just continuing to grow her glutes. Glute has been increasing about every 4 weeks, which is awesome. So the glute kind of goes up and down because you're losing fat off your hips, you're growing your glutes. So don't be alarmed if that one goes a little bit up and down. We do a lot of volume on glutes because women like to have these plump booties.
Ma'am.
Okay, cool, ladies. Thank you guys for being here. Megan, thank you so much for taking the time to create that whole, content for these ladies and solve the problems and just being here and showing up as your authentic self. We love you, and Queens of Iron and I are so grateful to have you.
Awesome. I'm so grateful to be here and I had so much fun. Thank you so much, guys, for hopping on and asking all these awesome questions. It's great.
Awesome. And then we're going to post the second action item for today for the giveaway. So don't forget, ladies, we are giving away a 12-week fitness and nutrition program. We're going to help you smash your goals, achieve what you want to achieve in a really healthy and sustainable way. I'll be making that post here shortly. I'm looking up what it is right now. So today's action item is going to be posting a picture of you getting in your workout. Even if it's rest day, doing yoga, a picture from yesterday, like just something showing that you're putting forth action, you're showing up for yourself so we can celebrate you, and it will also be an entry into the giveaway. Great. Oh, love it. Thanks, Jennifer. Of course.
No.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay. See you guys. Have a great day.
Bye.